Towards a strengthened CSO. Welcome to cTTinfo, Monitoring Human Development in Trinidad and Tobago. cTTinfo, or C Trinidad and Tobago Information, is the country's national socio-economic database facility to improve the country's capacity to manage and access reliable gender disaggregated data for evidence-based planning and decision-making. cTTinfo is managed by the Central Statistical Office CSO, a division of the Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment. The CSO was established in 1952 by the Statistics Ordinance, Chapter 42, Number 11, which was replaced by the Statistics Act, Chapter 1902 of the Revised Laws of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The Statistics Act establishes the authority and responsibilities of the CSO, which include collection, compilation, and analysis of information through periodic surveys and censuses, provision of statistical information to government, international institutions, researchers, the business sector, and the general public. The information from these surveys and censuses are further collated in publications and reports such as the Annual Statistical Digest, the Retail Price Index, the National Income Report, the Index of Domestic Production, Report on Education Statistics, Population and Vital Statistics Report, Population Abstract, Balance of Payments Report. The CSO's mandate is extremely important and demanding. The information collected is used to inform decision-making in government as well as the private sector, especially as the country progresses towards achieving Vision 2020. In an effort to strengthen institutional capacity to monitor development progress, the government has partnered with the world community in committing to improve human development. By being a signatory to the UN Millennium Declaration in September 2000, the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago has pledged to eradicate poverty and improve the quality of life of its citizens. These challenges dictate that national systems of data collection and analysis must be upgraded. With the assistance of the UNDP, the CSO has adopted cTTinfo, originally developed as ChildInfo by UNICEF. This is a database tool distributed by the UN system for monitoring human development by member states. The cTTinfo database tool has been customized to produce cTTinfo, a comprehensive database containing some of Trinidad and Tobago's major socio-economic indicators. cTTinfo will enable the CSO to adjust to the fast-paced and results-oriented environment so that it can align itself with best practices and international standards in data storage and dissemination. cTTinfo is proven to be a successful tool in the area of statistics gathering and collation. It is being used in Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Dominica, and by the CARICOM Secretariat. It is also used by over 40 countries worldwide. Let's examine some facts contained in cTTinfo on where the world stands in terms of poverty and what we've done to eradicate it. The Millennium Development Goals, the MDGs in short, have given us hope to make poverty history. The Millennium Goals stem from the Millennium Declaration, or MD, in September 2000, when 189 member countries of the United Nations, including Trinidad and Tobago, came together and affirmed their commitment towards achieving global peace, security, and development. The MD approved 8 goals, 18 targets, and 48 indicators. At the 2005 World Summit, there was further agreement to increase the number of indicators to 60. Eradicating poverty from this planet seems a distant dream. More than 1 billion of this planet's residents live on less than $1 a day. We have miles to go to ensure education for all children. More than 115 million children are being denied their right to go to school. Half of humanity is in the minority. their voices muffled and identity lost. Women occupy only 16% of parliamentary seats. When children are healthy, so is the future. When children are sick, we have no future to look forward to. Every day, 30,000 children die before their 5th birthday, most from preventable diseases. Motherhood should bring joy and happiness. Instead, for many, motherhood brings death and disability. More than 500,000 women die each year in pregnancy and childbirth. AIDS is the scourge of the new age. More than 20 million people have died from AIDS since the epidemic began. Development has failed to provide basic minimum standards of living for a large portion of humanity. Over 1 billion people lack safe drinking water. 2.6 billion lack basic sanitation, and 1 billion live in slums. The UN Millennium Declaration embodies an agreement to develop a global partnership for development. It is time for our generation to translate the agreement into action. Are we in Trinidad and Tobago on track for meeting the MDGs by 2015 and for achieving developed country status by 2020? The National Socio-Economic Database Project, coordinated by the Central Statistical Office, Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment, in partnership with the UNDP, is designed to help us keep on track with these important targets. One of the key functions of the Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment is undertaking the important task of national planning. As such, the ministry is responsible for guiding the country through the process of achieving developed country status, as well as meeting the MDGs and raising the standard of life of all our citizens. The need for accurate, timely, and relevant statistics is therefore critical to aid the planning process. The Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment launched the National Socio-Economic Database Project in November 2007. The project brings together resources from various government ministries and agencies to address the challenges relating to the improvement of human development situation in the country. Although the main focal point for the collection, compilation, and dissemination of official statistics is the CSO, other government ministries and agencies are also providers of national statistics for use in the planning process. The creation of a national socio-economic database and the development of a quality of life index are two important components of the project. These products are essential tools for use in evidence-based planning and policy setting by researchers and planners in the public and private sectors and the general public. The introduction of cTTinfo in the CSO in Trinidad and Tobago will contribute to institutional development. Staff will be able to better manage national socio-economic data for effective planning, monitoring, and evaluation of development progress. cTTinfo database system will provide the country with the potential to collect and collate data to track progress in achieving the MDGs and other critical national targets, including progress towards Vision 2020, to develop and monitor the quality of life of the citizens of the country, to strengthen and support institutional capacity in the public service, to manage national socio-economic data for effective planning, monitoring, and evaluation of development progress, and international reporting. cTTinfo is extremely useful for presentation of tables, graphs, maps, and reports. CSO staff exposed to this database technology will be enabled to communicate more meaningfully with their counterparts trained locally, regionally, and internationally in the field of statistics. The Ministry of Planning, Housing and the Environment, the CSO and the UNDP would like to welcome you to cTTinfo database system and trust that you will find the information relevant and useful for meeting your daily statistical challenges.